Welcome to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. Just talking to my next guest and, just going through the wonderful memories of my brother and I and my sister when we were kids building models. And I cannot stress enough what a wonderful experience it is and how many benefits there are. But don't take it from me. Take it from the owner of the Hobby Center, Bill Chappell, joining me. Bill, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. Thanks for having me back.
It's a pleasure, Bill. And let's first of all start off, for viewers that are meeting you for the first time, give us a little bit of your background and how you got into the hobby industry.
Well, I am the owner and operator of the Hobby Center, and we've been in business for 36 years. And I started by building models when I was 8 years old, so quite young.
Yeah.
And it was a passion. It was something I really liked to do. And then opportunity got me into the business, and I've been in the business ever since.
What changes have you seen over the years, Bill?
Well, I sell the hobby stuff, clearly. Right. That's how I make my living.
Yeah.
But I find more and more as time goes on, I have to sell the idea of doing hobbies. That's as big of a job as actually, just selling you the goods. I have to sell the idea and get more people involved and engaged into the hobby.
So, well, here's your opportunity. Let's sell the idea. Why should people get into this? I mean, whether they do it, constantly throughout the year, or are they just trying it for the first time? What are some of the benefits?
Well, it's a process.
Right.
So we take a kit, which is your raw materials or your canvas or whatever you want to call it. We study the instructions, we planning how to build the thing.
Right.
We research, we get some books and materials, or we go on the internet. So we research this thing. Then with a bunch of different materials, paints, glues, building accessories, we come up with a finished product.
Right.
And this finished product can take hours. It can really engage you. It can really make you focus. I did not build this particular one. It was built by a retired military person who was in Afghanistan. So he took this model and he customized it based on his experience. Like this whole apparatus is for blowing up mines. Didn't come with the model.
Right.
He put it on because of his personal experience with it.
So you can use your own creativity, although it comes with the kit, and you should really follow most of the instructions, let's be honest, but you can customize it, and I think that's where some of that creativity can really come out.
You can do correcting if something's not right. You can embellish it. You can extra detail it. You can replace things. You can do, as far as you want to go, the world's your oyster, so to speak.
When we look at, different things throughout, the last 30 years, things have changed dramatically. It doesn't matter what we talk about, science and healthcare and so forth. What about this industry? Have the tools of the trade changed at all? Like, I look at this and I say to myself, I didn't have this when I was a kid. Like, what am I looking at here?
No, we've definitely, gone ahead. We've got more types of glues and adhesives and paints than ever. Tools coming out of our ears, airbrushes. I mean, as far as you want to go, there's really no limit to the accessories. You can have a ton of paints and a ton of tools and bits to do it,
Bill, last time you came on, you had an event that was more catered towards young people. You said it was a great success.
I was.
Let's talk about this latest event, because this is more catering towards veterans, right?
That's right. So Operation Vet Build is to get veterans together to encourage them to build models. Because I talked to a number of veterans and retired firemen and people like that, and some of the benefits is, as I said, the focus. If you've got things that are on your mind and jumbling your thoughts, the focus, the research, getting in, the satisfaction of creating something, the end product is very satisfying. Sitting down with people that are like-minded, you share ideas, you share experience, you just, it's a common ground that you can, and Operation Vet Build allows you to do this.
Right. Have you done this previously?
The vet build?
Yeah.
I am not personally doing it. I help support it.
Okay, you're helping support it.
It's one of my good customers who is a retired military person.
Terrific.
And he runs his at Uplands, CFB, at the Family Resource Center. I think we have his contact info. You'll probably get it on screen.
Yeah.
And one Saturday a month, you get together and you sit down and you build together. We have people that have donated models. If these people aren't sure they really want to get in, we have paint donation, we have money donation.
Wow.
So we're really engaged in backstopping this and supporting Paul in his efforts to get these people engaged in this.
Well, and I think you can speak from personal experience. Let's just say, your last event, you were telling me how these young people were just over the moon and how much fun they had. Just paint us the picture. What was that experience like for
they
young
put their
people?
models on the table for everybody to see,
Yeah.
and then people complimented on them. Everybody then, it's not really a competition so much as a show and a social event. So every kid got a medallion, and the big smiles when they got their medallions, and they had their little models in their hand. I mean, it's a really neat thing to see, and I'd really like to see a lot more kids getting that kind of satisfaction out of this.
Yeah, this is a great way to reach out to parents, right? And you know, for parents that are watching right now, as I said, I grew up with it. We've obviously been inundated with, you know, I just talked about technology and the changes, and there's been great changes, and then sometimes we can say some of the changes haven't been as great, right? Because it doesn't bring us together as much. Let's take this opportunity to encourage parents out there to get kids involved. And how do you find out maybe, you know, what kind of model, you know, I mean, you really have to get to know your kid well, right?
That's
you
right.
should. And that could be your starting point of bringing them to somewhere like the Hobby Center.
Well, there's lots of themes, right? There's cars, there's planes, there's boats, there's science fiction, there's anime. I mean, if you find an interest, there's probably some kind of model or craft to go with it.
What's popular now? What are you seeing
With
coming
the
off
young
the
people,
shelf?
there's this Gunpla.
Gunpla.
Gunpla. It's Gundam plastic models. So these
Okay.
are like, if I say robots, they'll kill me, but they're mechanized battle suits.
Okay.
And they ostensibly have a person in it. And then they fight and they do things, you know, like Transformers kind of.
Okay,
idea.
I gotcha, yeah.
So there's a whole cartoon and books and anime, they call it, that sort of backstop, and this is the modeling aspect of it.
I
This
see.
is the hottest thing in the hobby industry. And this is where we're getting a lot of young people and new people into the hobby.
Well, and I think that's, as I said, a great example for parents. If you're trying to figure out something, you know, find out, you know, that they're interested in that, and there's probably something for them, right? When it
Wars.
comes to the model industry.
Star Trek, all those things.
Oh, Star Trek. I mean, Star Wars.
I got a model of Grogu from The Mandalorian.
Oh, did
Oh,
you
yeah,
really?
and the ship
I love
from The
it. I love it.
Mandalorian.
What's sort of the most intricate model that you have ever done in all your years? Would
It
you
would have
say?
to be a sailing ship.
Okay.
Because you build the sailing ship, but then you've got all those sails and all those strings. Oh my word.
How long does it take to
Hours
build
and
something
hours.
like that?
Geez, 50, 60 hours?
Really, eh?
Easily. Sometimes, you know, if you get one or two strings done and you're like, that was a good day, you know?
That's how they kept you out of trouble all
That's how
these
they kept you out
years.
of trouble,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Remind everybody at home, first of all, whereabouts you're located so they can come and find you and bring the kids. I know we're not at past Remembrance Day yet, but Christmas, holiday season, people are starting to think about it. So where can they find you?
So we're just off of Maryville and Hunt Club on Royden Place. It's right in front of Costco. You look out the front and there's Costco right in front of us.
And for the vet build?
Vet Build is at, I think it's the first Saturday every month, and
Okay.
it's at CFB Uplands. We have the contact if they show it on the screen. Just let Paul know you'd like to come so he can have an idea of how many people he's looking at.
Okay.
I also provided URL for, I think it's Legion Magazine. They're kind of backstopping this.
Oh,
They're quite
excellent.
often in the Legions themselves. This is a national movement. This is
Oh, I
going on
didn't
all over
realize.
Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, it is an
So it's
initiative.
open to the public, though. You don't have to be a vet?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just to
And
give
a
you-
great opportunity right at this time of year to certainly meet a vet and talk about their lived experience and
definitely.
and build some beautiful models. Bill, always a pleasure having you. Thanks
Thank you,
so
sir.
again. Thank you again for joining us.
I appreciate
Can
it.
I pick this up
You can.
delicately?
Delicately.
Look at, you could build something like this. Don't go away. We'll be back with more Daytime Ottawa right after this.